kick off this mailbag with this question from the real Chase Sr. So it turns out I am the fake Chase Sr. Okay, maybe it's a burner account as well. My celebrity status is growing so much that I have burner accounts out there. Might as well call me Tom Downey, right? What should the Warriors do with their 2 lottery picks? #Dubs, #NBA. So the Warriors have picks number 7 and number 14. 2 lottery picks. That number 7 pick coming over from the Minnesota Timberwolves thanks to that D'Angelo Russell, Andrew Wiggins trade. It was a top 3 protected pick from the T-Wolves. And look, I don't know what the Warriors are going to do because they're in an interesting predicament here. They have a win-now roster with Klay Thompson coming back. And do you want to use 2 draft picks and bring in 2 rookies who really might not be able to contribute right from the jump in year 1? Another option for the Warriors, you package 2 of those picks, you send away number 7 and number 14 to lure in a superstar player across the NBA like a Bradley Beal, a Kawhi Leonard, a Damian Lillard, maybe even a CJ McCollum, a Malcolm Brogdon. There are a lot of players out there potentially available via trade if you package picks number 7 and 14. Now, for some of the superstar top-tier players, you might have to include an Andrew Wiggins in that deal, maybe even a James Wiseman. I think that is what the Warriors are thinking right now. They're kind of evaluating all of their options leading into the draft later this month. So shout out your favorite team and let us know who you want your favorite team to draft. Get those votes in the comment section and start flooding the chat. Let us know your favorite team and who you want them to draft. PipeBomb SD with this question. James Wiseman and 7 for Jerami Grant and Josh Jackson. I think that's too much to give up for Jerami Grant. Grant had a good season. And like Norman Powell, his development has been really good. And Jerami Grant, up until Julius Randle started playing at an MVP-like level late in the season last year, I thought he was going to win the NBA Most Improved Player. There was a time when he was averaging like 26, 27 points per game. Understandably, he was playing on a really bad Pistons team, and he was getting a bulk of the shot opportunities. But still, you saw glimpses of him becoming a very solid player 2 seasons ago with the Denver Nuggets, and that kind of fully came to fruition with the Pistons last year. I just think Wiseman and number 7 for Jerami Grant, who, let's be honest, is somewhat of a tweener, is a little bit too steep of a price to pay for a player of that caliber. Anish Anand, which team is better, healthy Warriors or healthy Nets? Really good question. Are we talking Warriors from 2015 to 2019? Because I'd probably take him, and that also takes Kevin Durant off the Nets. Are we talking going into next year, the 2021-2022 season? If that is the case, I would probably lean Golden State. I think they're the better all-around team. I think they have that playoff experience. I can't always count on Kyrie because he's somewhat flaky. Is James Harden going to show up 20 pounds overweight because he was too busy hitting the strip club? You never know what's going through James Harden's mind, so give me the Warriors. Anish Anand, who is more clutch, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, or Steph Curry? Which player, I'll repose this question and kind of frame it a little bit differently. Coming down the stretch, who do I want taking the game-winning shot? It's Kevin Durant, because I think he's unstoppable. We have never seen a player like KD, as athletic, as long, who can create a shot at that size and athleticism, who can also play really good defense. But Kevin Durant can hit you with the pull-up. He can hit you with the step back. He can hit you anywhere across the floor, from the logo, from the corner, from the wing, from straight away. Those other players, Kawhi may be in that category as well, but he doesn't have the length and the athleticism that Kevin Durant has, and Steph Curry a little bit smaller. So give me KD in that situation. Patrick K with this question. Kelly Oubre sign and trade possibilities. Yeah, the Warriors, I think, are going to let him go. Kelly Oubre was also on a recent podcast with Chris Haynes and basically said he was very frustrated with his role with the Warriors this past year, having to come off the bench. I think that signals him leaving because I don't think the Warriors figure him to be a starter next year. And obviously he doesn't want to come off the bench, nor do you want to pay $15 to $20 million for a bench player. Sign and trade possibilities, maybe like a team like the New York Knicks, Miami Heat, Boston Celtics. I don't think the Los Angeles Lakers can afford him. Maybe the Dallas Mavericks. There are a lot of teams out there who could really take on Kelly Oubre, Houston Rockets being one of them, who might fork over $15 to $20 million to pay him. I think Kelly Oubre is a good player. He's not a great player. I wouldn't pay him great money. AYM_Smoxy. What are the chances for Golden State to win a ring next year with Klay being healthy? I think the chances are good. Klay Thompson just has to stay healthy. You know, he's coming off that torn ACL and that torn Achilles. I hope he's able to return to form because when the Warriors were competing for championships, Klay Thompson was next level. A 5-time All-Star from 2014 to 2019, a 3-time NBA champion, one of the most elite shooters that we've ever seen, and one of the best defenders as well. So if he's back, I think the Warriors can definitely contend for a title next year. Bacon Dula. Who would be the best fit player for the Golden State Warriors this free agency? I think a wing scorer, maybe even a good point guard off the bench who can score it. Almost like what the Phoenix Suns have with Cam Payne. Because when Steph Curry is not on the floor, that offense just takes a nosedive. And with Klay Thompson coming back, it could be better. And you have Jordan Poole coming off the bench, and I think he's actually a pretty good bench scorer. But I think just a go-to scoring option off the bench for the Warriors, if they don't elect to trade for one of the marquee superstars who could be available via trade, you get Klay Thompson back. I think the Warriors are in a pretty good spot. They definitely, though, need a better scoring option at the point guard spot, but also coming off the bench. The Rainbow Cow, who is winning NBA Finals MVP? It's a very good question. I hope that Chris Paul wins it because it'll do so much for his legacy. Can you just imagine what will happen if Chris Paul wins the NBA Finals MVP and an NBA championship? It puts him in that top 5 point guards of all time list alongside Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas. Steve Nash also in that category as well. John Stockton might be on the outside looking into that top 5 category. Oscar Robertson really good as well. But this postseason has done so much for Chris Paul's legacy. I hope he wins NBA Finals MVP because he certainly deserves a lot of that recognition, praise, and respect. Joe Johnson's nephew, what would be the most fun teams for Damian Lillard to play on? Any team, because Damian Lillard is one of the GOATs. This guy is just an absolute bucket getter, and in addition to Steph Curry, maybe the best go-to elite scoring option late in games, and a guy who will just take your heart out, right out of your soul, and just snatch it while being a cold-blooded killer and not care about it at all. Damian Lillard on teams like the Boston Celtics, maybe you'd have to give up a player like Jaylen Brown, which honestly might be able to get it done, but Dame with Jason Tatum, shoot. How about a team like the Los Angeles Lakers? You might have to trade away Anthony Davis to bring Dame back. Maybe that happens as well. Dallas Mavericks, you team Dame up with Luka Doncic. I actually think that's a fit that works. You'd have to figure out the usage rate just a bit. Those are the teams that I'm looking at as far as Damian Lillard fits, but any team that goes after Dame will be lucky to have him. New York Knicks, another team I'd really like to see go after Damian Lillard. Maybe the Philadelphia 76ers as well. So predict it for us. Where is Dame going to play next year? Is he going to be in Portland? Is he going to go to some of those aforementioned teams? Let us know down below. Make sure you're subscribed to Chat Sports and let this be your off-season hub for everything going on across the NBA. We're bringing you the latest NBA news and rumors, the latest free agency rumors, signings, any trades that happen. We're continuing to cover the NBA Finals as well, and we're trying to get to 250,000 subscribers. Someday, we want to get to 1 million, but right now our goal, 250,000. So hit that red subscribe button down below or go to youtube.com/chatsportstv.